Hello and welcome. Today I thought I'd do a video to show you how well some of these knives work. And to do that, I got a donation from one of the local rednecks. I figured, let's cut up a pig. So this video is less about my skills as a butcher and more about how well the knives work. So you can watch. If you're squeamish, don't. If you've got tips and tricks on how to butcher a pig, keep them to yourself. Trying to separate this rear butt here, and I don't really know what I'm doing. So we just pop it out of the socket. Cut some of that tendon. And there we go. Here's one. And we'll go to the other side, find the joint. Now what I'm using right now is a little 4-inch utility knife, and I use this for just about everything that's, you gotta find where you're going. Still got a real sharp edge on it, but it's not like wielding a chef's knife where it's big and cumbersome, or you got to worry about the damaging the fine edge. And there's two. And then you got the ribs. You got the shoulders. It's a lot of good fat that I'll be saving to cook up and make grease or something out of. But you can see how easy. So this is like a bigger chef's knife. It's very sharp, you know. Let me see. If I wanted to just shave with it, you can just shave with it. This is another knife that I like using. It's a fillet knife, but you can really get down into some tight spots with it, with that fine point and things like that. So I'm gonna do that now. taking off the quarters. Now I like to use a towel because it's easy to clean up. Everybody's got their preference. And towels are relatively cheap, so I'll either wash them and repurpose them as rags, or they'll just get thrown out. Depends on how nasty they get when I'm doing this. I think I found where they shot it at. Right there, it's all nice and blueberry blood. So we got the ribs. Now I try to keep all this stuff intact, and then I'll take the ribs out, and then I'll cook all of this together. Not everybody does it that way, but on these smaller pig, I find it a good way to use more of the meat together and not get it so choppy. So now I got this cooler over here that I'm throwing stuff in. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm getting rid of it. It's just a convenient place to put stuff, and it's still good clean water, all that good stuff. So, bust it open a little bit here. Now I don't know if you can hear that. That knife was just running right through them ribs, and it cut them nice and clean, the edge of it. See, it just goes down in there and separates that rib from the spine without a problem. Let's see what I'm doing here a little bit better. There we go. Now, I'll trim back so I don't lose the tenderloin. There we go. And there's my ribs. But I'm probably going to be more inclined to make like a bacon or something out of it once I take the ribs out of it. So I'll do the same thing on the other side. Find where the ribs meet the spine. Let's get this one over. music. Must be a delivery driver. So find that last rib, and then just kind of pop it through. Find where I pop it through at. And then walk it up the other side. Now most people will probably use a bandsaw to do this, or something along those lines, but I don't have one of those, so we're doing it the old way with a good sharp knife. I'll probably get criticized for how I'm doing this, but hey, whatever. It's all mangled right here a little bit, so I'm trying to find that joint. Now, y'all just watch me cut through bone with one of my knives. There's the other set of ribs. You just watch me cut through bone with one of my knives, and it's still just nice and sharp. It'll still cut you real bad. So it's 8670. You know, I take great pride in what I deal with knife making, and I try to come up with different ways to share it with you, with everyone. Just the way to go here is yoink. I think I might go get me take me a butchering class or something, so I actually can know what I'm doing. But there's tenderloin. walking it down the spine. The other loin, and now I'm just gonna trim off all the meat that I left behind so that I don't know, I'll do something with it. I'll make a stew or sausage or whatever. I might make sausage out of a good portion of this anyway. I don't want to leave none of that fat behind. And there's the spine. I'll hold it up like Vikings. Rah! 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 It will cut. That was fun. Now that knife that's a flex knife. Super thin, didn't damage the edge at all. Just hacked right through spine and everything. Pig, I don't know if you know, but pig spine's pretty close to our own. I'm not swinging very hard, and it's going right through there. So still good, still sharp. Yeah. Right. Some of that. That. And now we'll trim a little bit. We'll trim some of this stuff up a little bit. So I'm gonna cut these down into manageable select pieces. Make sure there's no bone and stuff. Dun, dun, dun. And I think I will clean these up off camera. So thank you for coming out. I appreciate you spending 20 minutes with me. Hope you watched to the end where I was hacking through spine. Have a great day.